Okay, so this is how you make the sourdough sandwich bread. So here's the sourdough. It is doubled. You can see it like bubbling, basically. And you want to, as soon as it hits its peak on doubling, that's when you want to start making stuff. So it's starting, just now starting to go down a little bit. You don't want it to go down. So for the sandwich bread, you're going to get 65 grams of it. And I have a measuring scale in a bowl, and then I'll just pour it in there to 65 grams. Okay. About 300 grams of warm water. So make sure it's not hot, but not cold. You just want it warm. The reason why you don't want it too hot is because it can kill it. If it's too cold, it won't revive it. So it's a little bit more than room temperature. So 300 grams. Okay, so you just take your whisk. Okay, and then you want to add about 56 grams of sugar. Okay, and then I'll mix that up a little bit. And then you want about 500 grams of bread flour. Not all purpose, but bread flour. And then you want about 20 grams of olive. Okay, exactly, 20 grams. All right, now you mix it all together. You mix it all together, and then it'll start getting hard. Oops. And you just want to incorporate most of all the flour in here. Get all the flour mixed in. Just gonna squeeze it. So this is kind of the same step you would take to make a just sourdough loaf. Sourdough like bowl loaf bread. I'm just making sandwich bread because we don't have any, and I refuse to get it from the store. All right, so now all you got to do, it is really sticky, which is fine. Now you just are gonna put a damp kitchen cloth over it, let it rest for 30 minutes. Don't touch it, let it rest. Don't forget to feed your starter again, and then just set it on the counters. Okay, so it's been resting for probably about 45 minutes, I'd imagine. And then this is what it looks like. So what I'm gonna do is, I usually take some water because it's really sticky. I have some water, and then I'll put my fingers in it, and then I'll kind of coax it from the bowl a little bit, and then bring it up. Try not to tear it, and then push it down in the middle. So I'll do every part of the sides like that, and push it down in the middle. And I'll just do that until I'm completely in one circle. And then I'll let it rest for probably under. Now put the towel back over it and let it rest for about 30 more minutes, and then I'll do the same thing that I did just now, and then I'll let it rest for probably it says 8 to 10 hours, but it's hot, so I'll probably let it rise almost to full capacity, and then I'll put it in the fridge overnight because I just won't have time tonight to bake it. Okay, so it is morning time, and this is what it looks like out of the fridge. I don't know if you can see like the little bubbles and stuff like that in there, but that's supposed to, that looks good. So now we are I'm going to lightly flour the countertop. I hope I can make it look good. And then you're gonna get it out. Now, what you're gonna do is you're just going to try to make it into like a rectangle. Just kind of stretch it out into like a rectangle. And then you're going to just put your fingers in it, make holes, kind of get the air bubbles out, basically, is what you're trying to do. You don't have to go crazy, but you can, sometimes you can hear them pop. It's pretty cool. So just dimple it up, basically. Kind of like if you're making focaccia. I don't know if you've made focaccia, but you kind of do this when you make focaccia bread. Okay, and that's what it looks like. And now, more resting time. So I just have a damp towel again that I'm just gonna place over it for about 10 minutes. That's all you need right now. Let it rest for 10 minutes, and then we're gonna come back, roll it up, put it in a loaf pan, and then let it rest for a little bit longer, and then we'll bake it. Okay, so now it has been resting for about 10 minutes. So now all we're gonna do is roll it up into a log, and then I'm gonna put it in my pan. I put butter, I spread the butter all over on the sides, bottom, and then I lightly flour the bottom of the pan as well, just because it's easier to get out to make it cool. So all you do is you just roll it up. Sometimes it's sticky if like there's parts on your counter that you don't have flour that good, so but it's okay. It'll come off. So you just roll it up. I don't know what that is. Just gonna keep it tight a little bit. Into like a little log, and then you're just gonna place it in the pan. Okay. And then you let it rest for another hour, or you let it rise. You're rising it, so it'll rise in the next hour to 2 hours. So I usually let it rise to about like here, and then I'll place it in the oven, and then you've made your sourdough sandwich loaf. Okay, so this is the finished product. Loaf looks great. It's pretty squishy. So I'll cut it open so you can see what it looks like. And I baked it on 375 for about 40 minutes, or until it was like golden brown, looking like that. There it is. Good sandwich bread. All right, and then what I'll do is I'll just put it in a Ziploc bag, and I will get all the air out of it and then store it in our bread drawer.